Aries, I'm hearing that you are in the community of the space where you bring a lot of information, much like lightning strikes. This is possible to process that energy through your mental activity. This is the Arcana Veil. Aries, this is your collective reading. Let's have a look for you. Oh, okay. Roots. Bear. Okay, you have a lot to share. Investigate. Where are the strongest roots for you? Aries, I mean, what? You cannot make this up. I had to say that. Okay. Aries, you are going through a process where you are searching literally for your higher dynamic of what you are to yourself, what you mean to yourself. For some of you, some who have been looking to mean something in the interaction through the communities, that you can see who you are through that. And for others of you, I'm seeing that there's a focus on wanting to get to learn to know who you truly are in your deepest part of your heart, in your nature. You're coming to the roots of your strength, and it takes time to investigate that, because that is who you are. You're taking that reign of self in development, self-growth back into your own hands again. You are not letting yourself be defined by those that you are interacting with. So you essentially are focusing on your independent spirit more so. I don't blame you. You've got all these systems that are going through your energy field, whether you are deeply connected to some of them and maybe not to others. The celestials do impact that which is direct within the vessel of the consciousness. Your physical form is who you are. Let's have a look and see what the tarot has to say for you. I am picking up that there is a strong desire to find an answer. So keep that in your thoughts while I look for you overall. Remember that this is a collective, though. Collective for Aries. We have the Wanderer, the Fool, right underneath the roots. How apt is that? We have Lead. Okay. So in this, just here, push the sleeves up. Getting ready for some work here. We have the Ten of Wands, an act of consciously setting things in place, an active act of that state. Temperance, or the Alchemist, is what I call this card. And communicate, conjunction, the ether. At the heart of the nature, you have the Ten of Wands here, followed by very much the focus of needing to try and establish and re-establish the nurturing process of yourself, your identity of who you are, how you place yourself around things, how you feel. It feels like you're having a revamp on an energetic level that really impacts you on a very deep level. It can be seen and experienced through the interactions of the communities that you move through, or relationships that you build with people. I'm seeing here that you're back into the work force or field of your nature, of your deeper part of yourself. you're working to bring in to yourself a way of transmuting that which has taken so long to facilitate itself. And perhaps for some of you, you've realized that it wasn't always needed through strength, brute strength, but perhaps through agility of the mind, most likely. For some of you, I'm picking up that there are people that have been in your life where you have encountered some changes to your life. You had to make some changes in your family circles. I'm also seeing that there's definitely a focus on needing to reevaluate what you now know of yourself. This is at the heart of the nature though, so you are hitting the road rolling really fast and hard. I'm hearing the song Rolling Rolling, and not the and not the Adele version. That's a rock and roll. Some metal, yeah? Okay. Let's have a look and see what's in the underworld, that space where you mine up things, the gifts of the conscious subconsciousness that comes to the surface. You are the hunter of your treasures. Let's have a look. We have the Eight of Swords here under the Wanderer with the eclipse. Okay, so something during the time of the eclipse or previous eclipse, whatever is eclipsing, the eclipse is really that which, think about it in this way, it's actually quite amazing. I know you may know what an eclipse means, but on an energetic level, the eclipse is really, if the moon is illuminating things that are hidden, and if the moon is an eclipse, then it means that which was illuminated is now being presented just as it is. It's now opened up. I mean, it's now processed. In other words, the eclipse is to basically do the opposite. So in other words, not illusionary. It shows the image as it is, and then there's an overlay over that image. And then the eclipse is you're removing the overlay, and you see the actual image for itself. It's not in any negative or positive perspective. It just is as it is. So this is why I think when eclipses come, and some people sometimes lose their mind around that time. Nonetheless, it's not the stress or distress that you have in starting up the new pathway. Maybe you have had many starts, many new beginnings, but it was hard work for you. We have hubris here under lead and bear, very powerful pillar of energy here. Hubris, as you know, is what it presents here. Perhaps you've encountered people that consider the ability that you have to lead as egoic, which could lead to hubris, or it could be people in your space that may have made you feel like if you wanted to reach and lead and be a leader in your life for yourself and perhaps others, that they were not in favor of that, which is why this is coming up. It's about challenging the consensus of the realities. Challenging, but hard work, and earnest work. We have the Lovers under the burden and on the Ten of Wands here, investigating in the subconsciousness that which would be a choice that would be bringing you back into that space of higher consciousness where you're seeking to investigate what it is that you're looking for from perhaps people in your life, relationships. What are you looking for? What do you want? Who do you want to be part of your life to be? And then obviously, how does it key into your life, your work, your passage of earnest earnings? We have the star underneath, the world underneath the alchemist. Very powerful frequencies coming out here. And then one more. Right. The 5 of vessels. The guy who's lost his head. Okay. Or dismembered body here on this end here. But remember, it's alchemy, because it kind of lines up with the alchemist here. So chopping up things that don't belong, don't serve you anymore. Overall, I'm looking here for you as the frequency of needing to define yourself in the way that you present yourself to that which is around you, to yourself first, obviously it has to be, and to that which is then surrounding you. That would be the angles of energy, or the interests that would sense your energy and then appreciate you for what you present to yourself. And we're having here that the world is indicating that you are now coming out of, for some of you, coming out of a place of long inner mental focus, deep transformational challenges that you've had to go through. Some, I'm picking up that there's relationships that have not worked for you, people that you used to trust that don't seem to just gel the way that you would want them to gel. And for some of you, you've become aware that that some people were just never good for you. That's some, not all of you, obviously. Remember, this is collective. Why is there the king of the 5 of vessels here? Why did that come up here? Because whenever there's an alchemical process or a focus on long, deep thinking, there is a dismantling of old bodies of thought, old ideas, bodies of thought, bodies of thinking, bodies of ideas, relationships, bodies of work. Okay, it gets cut up and then processed. And why is the need to authenticate the self then so prevalent here? Because you're striving to define yourself for yourself, who you are. You're on a mission. It's not so much how much power you put into it, but it does suggest that you do have to keep your thoughts in a way that you do not lose the balance of the heart. You don't lose the point of your inner existence. You don't lose the nature of who you truly are. For some of you, you might be Aries, but you're a lover, not a fighter. For some of you, I'm hearing that. For others of you, you have had a lot of fight in your life and you have moved on from that. You kind of look back and think, did that actually make me stronger, or did I really do that? Was it really necessary, is what I'm hearing. I'm also picking up that there's a sense of needing to belong to certain things, to people, because their appreciation is your appreciation. And perhaps you're being brought to the point where, even though you're a socially focused person, could be your nature of your work perhaps, that you still desire the point of your own inner chemistry, your own inner nature, the world, to be able to bring that energy back into your consciousness, to be valued for who you are. The conjunction here in the authenticate space here is really essentially that which leads the entire read, because it's about your authenticity of how you see yourself. Let's have a look at the outcome here for you. We have the 5 of Wands here. A 5 of Wands is not always a fighting card, Sometimes the mental reasoning and the emotions around that, because there is a lot of questioning on what you're going to be doing with yourself, where you're going. There seems to be a lot of people wanting to know where you're going and what you're doing. You may not really be too concerned about that, but overall, there's a sense of like, are you going to do this because of that go, 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 go type of thing? And you're not really, there's a side of you that likes that go, go, go thing, but there's another side of you that does not really like that. You just want to do your own thing. You are very much like the bear here. You see him a little bit more here on the hubris. Let's see what that was. Okay, so it's someone that's called you an egomaniac. Maybe someone that you've connected with that did not like the way you led things, did not like the way you were putting things into place. Not for everyone, of course. I'm just picking up on the essence of the frequencies as it comes through in the reality. An overall outcome for you. Well, this is great. Nine of Pentacles. So, out of the actions of determining who you are and essentially focusing yourself on yourself and really putting that energy into the right perspective, I do see that with much challenges, you still come up with Nine of Pentacles very strongly on your side. Even though you've cleared up all of that energy that has been in your pathway. For some of you, I'm seeing new work, new direction. Some of you are getting into a higher work position, managerial. Others of you, I'm seeing that you actually did what you wanted to do. You finally got that thing sorted out. Your overall outcome is really the focus on working and making the earnings move for you so that you can build on the future of your path to be authentically recognized for who you truly are. Aries, this was your collective reading. This was the Arcana Veil. Until next time.